name is Kim Leckey and I am a fiber artist. My business is called Sea Woven and I am creating the Salvage Project for this year's BC Culture Days Earth Endeavours Ambassadorship. I learned to surf when I was about 16 years old, and from that point on I was hooked. I moved down south to Central America, up through California, and now over to the west coast of Vancouver Island in Tofino and Ucluelet. Anywhere where I can surf, be in the water, it's my inspiration, it's my passion, and the more that you live on these coastal towns, the more you see the marine debris pollution, the damage it does to the ecosystems, and the more that you want to get involved in helping make a difference, to bring awareness to the issues in these beautiful places that we live, and how to make a difference on an individual level. I first found out about Pete Clarkson's work by walking down 4th Street and seeing his quirky, wonderful marine debris totems and sculptures where he takes found objects on his various beach cleans.
My name's Pete Clarkson. I live in Tofino. I just recently retired from Parks Canada, where I was a National Park Warden for almost 35 years. Worked here at Pacific Rim National Park, and I worked in Jasper National Park for about half the time. When I moved here from Jasper, one of the things that struck me right away was the amount of marine debris that was along the shorelines everywhere in the park. In fact, the more remote the area, the more garbage there was. I was a bit depressed, seeing that and then realizing the extent of the problem and the fact that there was nothing on the table to deal with it. When I moved to Tofino, one of my goals was to find a creative outlet for myself. I started bringing some stuff home and experimenting with it, and it just felt perfect for me. It was, it was garbage. So on the one hand, if I'm doing something and I made a mistake or it didn't work out, it didn't matter. I felt like, okay, well, at the very least, I got it off the beach and disposed of it. I developed a bunch of the original shoreline cleanup programs here in Tofino and down in the Pacific Rim, and there was lots of interest in it. The public really wanted to participate. The art side of it, the marine debris awareness side of it, just kept building together, and so it was great. And of course I realized early on, making the art, that it was a fantastic vehicle for gaining public awareness and gaining interest in the problem. It's a really interesting time in our society, certainly in Canada, here on the coast, in relation to marine debris and in relation to art from marine debris and using recycled materials to make art. I'm really excited to be part of that and in whatever role I can play.
For the Salvage Project, I've partnered with Surfrider Pacific Rim and Tourism Tofino to first host a beach cleanup on South Chesterman Beach. Together, our community collected garbage throughout the day. We sorted and categorized it into the Marine Debris Tracking app so that the data can be collected and we can better see what garbage is being collected, where it's coming from, how we can keep people and businesses accountable for that marine debris. I really wanted to encourage our community to do their part in coming out, participating in a beach clean, get them inspired to continue to clean their beaches on a weekly basis. Whenever someone comes out to a beach clean for the first time, they're really blown away at what they find in their bucket at the end of the day. And they're really looking for it instead of just walking by it, all the little bits that would otherwise get lost and would otherwise really harm our ecosystem here on the west coast of Vancouver Island.
My name is Sophie Peters and I'm the beach cleanup coordinator for Surfrider Pacific Rim here in the Pacific Rim area. So we kind of monitor and work along coastlines anywhere between the Ucluelet and Tofino areas. With Surfrider, our main focus is ocean activism and protection and stewardship of our oceans, waves, and beaches for everyone to enjoy. And so with the Washed Up Wednesdays here, we're working in collaboration with Tourism Tofino to really bring attention to people being responsible to the places they visit and the places they live and play, and kind of are confronted with the debris that's left on our beaches on a day-to-day basis. And then we go through some education and training on how to collect data on debris, and that gives the community a chance to engage in some citizen science, as well as recycle as much of that debris as possible, encouraging waste diversion as well.
So Surfrider's mission is the protection and dedication of the ocean, beaches, and waves for everybody to enjoy through a powerful activist network. On the West Coast, we have three main focuses. Eliminating single-use and unnecessary plastics is one, building a localized circular economy, and the third one is engaging youth, businesses, and the public at all levels of government in ocean-friendly initiatives.
When we pick up the marine debris, it goes to a facility that's called the Ocean Plastic Depot. So here we are partnered with Ocean Legacy, which is another organization that has a depot that's set up at the landfill here in Tofino, and we can actually recycle. We have a way bigger recycling capacities for what we can bring in terms of marine debris. So there we're able to recycle metric tons of marine debris at various beach cleanups. So even at Washed Up Wednesdays, like we're doing here today, we'll take every little piece of microplastics and make sure that's getting recycled through that facility, and kind of going beyond what can be recycled in the capacity of our normal recycling facilities in town or our more urban recycling facilities. Right now, one of our really big campaigns we're focusing on is Hold On To Your Butt, because we're finding so many different cigarette butts on the ground, and they have plastics in them, and they're staying on our beaches for eternities, and we're really pushing to get those recycled because they can be. And even in the past year in the Pacific Rim area alone, we've recycled more than 1 million cigarette butts, which has been huge. But I think the biggest push is really stopping that problem at the root and getting those tobacco companies to stop putting plastic in their cigarette filters in the first place. Or when companies have lots of debris and or they have lots of things that they go through on a consistent basis or on a personal level, and we want to create less waste and create more solutions, I think there's lots of ways to get creative with that. Kim from Sea Woven is a great example of that in the marine debris art she does.
For the Salvage Project, we also partnered with Long Beach Lodge Resort, as well as Strait and Narrow for some delicious coastal cocktails. I wanted to link our concepts that we explored in the Beach Clean with a workshop so that we can discover how we can creatively use these upcycled materials by using buoys salvaged from the landfill here in Tofino, with polypropylene rope collected as well, and little bits that we managed to salvage off the beach in a workshop to create buoy-bees. These buoy-bees are going to be used in a window display installation for Blackberry Cove Marketplace in Ucluelet. And I'm excited to see where folks take their creativity and how this will inspire people to rethink how we look at our debris, our trash, things that have previously been discarded, and how we can upcycle them in new and creative ways in all industries.
So my name is Laurie and I'm the chapter coordinator for Surfrider Pacific Rim on the beautiful west coast of Tofino, in Nutchucks, Tofino. So Sea Woven is one of our 21-22 ocean-friendly businesses. With that, there's a set of criteria that needs to be met, and they did that, or she did that wonderfully. Kim did that wonderfully. Individuals are so creative, and there's so many alternatives out there that we can work with. And I'm constantly inspired and by these solutions. And I think just alone how we, for instance, using marine debris and upcycling, creating circular economies, this type of thing is inspiring. Recently, I went to another workshop that was actually using seaweed and mushrooms to create single-use plastic items instead as an alternative. So that it works out that they are like biodegradable within 30 days. And all those foam packaging that you have or that we use for shipping products, you can actually use mycelium mushrooms, and they make molds and everything. So I think what inspires me the most is that there's creative individuals that think of alternative solutions to these plastic issues that we have, and we just need to utilize them. We need to showcase them, and and just support each other through doing, through educating each other of alternatives to what we use in the hydrocarbon industry or the petrochemical industry. There's solutions out there, we just need to utilize them and support each other with our projects.
How we think about recycling material, upcycling, sustainability are all super important on a micro scale, from community to community, and I really wanted to encourage our community to do their part and hopefully inspire other artists in the meantime.